I joined the faculty in the fall of 2012 as full-time faculty, but I must say that I did adjunct faculty prior to that. Actually, the year before, in 2011, I did an incomplete year of adjunct faculty work, which meant that I just didn't serve on the committees and do any of that kind of work. And even prior to that, I was teaching some other courses as an adjunct. So my exposure to MTS was not new in 2012, but it was new as a faculty member because the responsibilities were totally different than being an adjunct. And it felt really good and still feels good to teach at alma mater. I never dreamed that this would happen. Even when I was working on my degree, I never thought about coming to MTS and teaching, but it feels great. I'm right at home, and I can relate some stories to students from my time here. And so it's been a great experience, and I'm just thrilled to be here on the faculty at MTS. Yeah. MTS has been instrumental in all of that. First of all, I came to MTS in the 1990s, and being a pastor, and I was really inspired by the faculty here during my tenure, and really, when I left seminary, I was inspired so much so that I thought, well, I want to teach, so I applied for a PhD program. Didn't get accepted at first, and continued to pastor, but I was very much prepared to pastor because MTS had prepared me to do that. Um, but then when the opportunity came for me to go and do work on PhD, by that time my interest in Christian education had skyrocketed, and some of that skyrocketing took place because I also did a doctor of ministry here at MTS, and my doctor of ministry was around and surrounded, was engaged in Christian education, a model of Christian education based on spiritual formation and discipleship, which became part of my life work in the church. And so it has informed much of what I do and how I approach teaching here at MTS, teaching what it means to be in Christian education. And as I tell students in the beginning, that I teach Christian education from a pastor's perspective, and one who has been in the trenches as a pastor, and one who also is a denominational person. So certainly MTS was at the forefront, and matter of fact, was the underlying and foundation for everything that I do as a teacher. Yeah. I would tell them that the reason you support MTS is that MTS is a place that helps prepare people for ministry. Primarily over the years, it's been pastoral ministry, but now MTS is preparing people for ministries beyond pastoral ministry, preparing people to think theologically and to carry out their education in a way that is lived out in the community, and help the people to articulate what they believe and what they understand about God and their relationship with God. MTS does all of these things, and in a very great environment of diversity. You find where you probably won't find anywhere else the kind of diversity in the classroom that helps to prepare people to live in the real world in which they will be facing. So MTS has everything that a student needs. It has great faculty, all of the places so it's certainly a great place to support. That's why I support MTS, and I would certainly tell others to do the same for that very reason, particularly alums, because I believe alums can get firsthand information about what MTS has done for them. So that's what I would say, yes.